Hi friends, in this video I would like to highlight the modes of reproduction and how are they different from each other. So in the modes of reproduction they are of two types based on the number of organisms involved, right? Based on the number of organisms involved there are two modes of reproduction. One is asexual and second one is sexual. Now let us see how are these two different from each other. Asexual and sexual. In asexual reproduction we have only a single parent involved, whereas in sexual reproduction you have two parents involved that produce gametes of opposite sex. Two parents that produce gametes of opposite sex. And this is the major difference between the asexual mode and sexual mode. Number of parents involved in asexual mode is 1, whereas number of parents involved in sexual mode is 2 parents that produce gametes of opposite sex, or sometimes in a hermaphrodite you have a single parent that is capable of producing both male gamete as well as female gamete, right? Now when you talk about the second difference is gametic formation. In asexual reproduction gametes they may be produced or they may not be produced, but in sexual reproduction gametes are always formed. What are gametes? Gametes are special cells that participate in reproduction. They carry a single copy of chromosomes. Now coming to the third variation. The offspring produced in asexual reproduction do not have any genetic variations. No genetic variation in the offspring. Whereas the offspring produced in sexual reproduction, they exhibit genetic variation. They exhibit genetic variation. Who will exhibit? Offspring. Now the fourth one is all the offspring in asexual mode of reproduction are identical to each other. The offspring produced in asexual reproduction are 100% identical to each other and its parent. In sexual mode, the offspring are similar to parent. They are not identical. Similar means they look alike to an extent, but they are never identical to the parent. So in this context we use a term called clone. The group of organisms. What is a clone? A clone is a group of organisms produced by the same parent. This group should be identical both genetically and morphologically, right? So who is a clone? A group of organisms that should be produced by the same parent who are identical in terms of their genes, in terms of their morphology. Such group of individuals are called as clones. Now, in which organisms we see asexual mode of reproduction? Asexual mode of reproduction is commonly seen in unicellular organisms, lower plants and animals, lower plants as well as higher plants and in lower animals. What do you mean by lower plants and animals? These two have simple mode of organization of body, whereas sexual reproduction is seen in most of the animals. Most of the animals exhibit sexual mode of reproduction, right? So friends, I hope now you are clear with the concept of modes of asexual and sexual reproduction.